Hello, investor and trader. Welcome back to an episode. So AMC has made a lot of headline for the past 2 weeks due to the massive sell-off. The share price went from mid 40s all the way down to low 20s. It probably break below 20s pretty soon. So nearly 50% tank. A lot of margin call right now, and people are panicking. And also there are people who want to dip by this thing. So I'm going to present you guys two cases: the bear case and the bull case. Little disclaimer, I do not own any AMC nor plan to own it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to trade it, right? I'm going to trade it eventually if I see a good opportunity. Now, as a knife catcher myself and a swing trader, at the moment, I do not see any opportunity. But I'm going to present you the bear case and the bull case. So there's always two sides of the story, right? So let's go with the bear case. All right. Again, what I'm about to tell you guys is all my opinion, so take it for a grain of salt. So what I see here, again, is this massive trend line. That has been broken right here. As a knife catcher, I want to see a reversal signal, right? And then I need a confirmation. Swing trading is the same thing, but just on a bigger time frame. Instead of day by day, I prefer a weekly and a monthly chart. So as you can see, it clearly broke this trend line. That's why it tanks massively. So let me zoom in a little bit to the weekly. It has a better picture on the weekly chart. Okay. So for a knife catching standpoint, right? This is how I see when I catch a falling knife. I love to see candles like this. The more red, the better. The more consecutive red, the better. Why? Because the bounce is going to be around the corner. But how big is the bounce? That's the question. All right, so as you can see right here, this candle, this is a weekly candle. This candle is pretty big compared to any of these little candles, right? That tells me that the bears are in control on the weekly chart. Now let's go to the monthly chart, the bigger time frame, to see the direction. As you can see right here, this red candle is almost the same size as this green candle, and then the next candle is a lower high, right? It couldn't pass it again. Now look at this candle again, from green to red. Look at the body of the candle. They're about the same size, followed by a lower high, almost a lower low. But this candle right here tells the whole story right here, right? The the bulls try to push it up, but the bears are in control, push it down, create a little pin bar, and look, a lower low. Next candle, low. We don't know yet, but at the moment it's pretty low, right? It's like 22 right now. Remember, this is a monthly chart. Well, so it tells me that at the moment, the bears are full in control of this stock. So the next key below of support I would highly recommend to watch is the $19 level and the 20, especially the 20 because the whole number. Now we zoom out, we can see this line right here. Yeah, around here, because how it bounced, break below, try it again, fell, right here, fell, and then break. So this level right here around the 20 and 19 will act as key level. But let's zoom out another picture that I don't really talk about. Is a quarterly chart. The bigger time frame. All right, you see the same thing again, the $20 level. But notice one thing right here. Excuse me. The stochastic. It's looked like it want to slope down. So we're not to peak the channel, but we're getting pretty high. Notice the RSI is sloping down. So this candle right here, talking about this big green candle right here, from here to here, it's pretty much the price of interest of this stock right here. So this is a quarterly, so this is a way bigger time frame. As a knife catcher myself, it's really hard to tell if you want to swing trade this to wait for that massive short squeeze. But if you want to attack this day by day or week by week, it's more approachable. But if you're telling me that you want to buy here and hopefully that in the near future, next quarter or next half a year from now, whatever, it can squeeze. It could happen. Let me show you an example. Now, I traded this stock back in 2016, 2017 when I was in college. See this little squeeze right here? It squeezed the crap out of me. I'm talking about my practice account. That's why when I short, you don't want to short from this front side, and it scarred me to this day. I was shorting this stock from the 5s, it squeezed all the way to the 10s, and notice it never dropped. and then another squeeze. So it took me out from my practice account way back in the day. So I learned, okay, these stock can squeeze, but look how long it takes for the squeeze to happen. You see, same thing for this candle. Very similar to AMC, right? Massive green and a little red candle. So it probably gonna be around here for a while. But again, it's also depend on the stock, right? We can clearly see the support right here, which never hit, and also right here, which hit 2 times, 3 times, you see? So the squeeze can happen. In fact, it squeezed again right here, you see? Now let's go back to AMC. So the bull case, yes, it can squeeze, but it's going to take a while. It could take several years. I don't know. We really do not know. For now, it's just a lottery ticket for the upside. But if you want to attack this day by day or week by week, it's more approachable, right? So the bull case. Let's go to the 4 hours chart. I add this on my several recent trading video. You notice or not? So I have this is the 240, which is the 4-hour chart. I have the 20, the 6, and the 40. These act as moving resistance and stuff like that. Moving averages are going to act for support and resistance. As we can see, the 50 and the 40 all cross over right here. This is where the massive panic begins, right? And just downhill from there. Now we can clearly see that it tried to bounce back up. It got rejected on this 40, sorry, 40, not 50, on the 40 right here. 40 intraday EMA got rejected right here because it couldn't break this right here. Continue to the upside at a higher high. It got rejected. So now it's turning back. Notice all the moving averages for the bigger time. This is a 4-hour chart. It's going, it's sloping down. On top of that, it looks like this right here. It looks like a massive panic sell. It took a break, right? A little doji, and then continue downside. Remember, stock don't just fall like this. It's very rare occasion. I've seen it before, but it's really rare. For example, the recent one is EVBG. Now this is a pharmaceutical company, which can happen like instant, from 120 all the way down to 60, 50%. For AMC is a different case. You know, there's no trial. You know, like how pharmaceutical company, when they fail a drug, whatever phase, whatever trial they're doing, that thing just dropped like 50%, 60%. AMC is a little bit different. So when it falls in increment. You know, it takes time to fall. So the resistance obvious, right, is 24 and a half. The next one is around 27. Ultimately, the higher one is around 29. Now, this is going to move slowly as time goes on, so it's going to drag it down low and lower. But for now, it looks like around here, and of course up here, and ultimately right here. So these are the resistance that, as a bull case, need to look for. It's going to take a while. I don't know when, but what I do know is this. So let me draw you some lines. So right now it's sloping down like this, right? So this is the 40, the bigger time frame, and this is also sloping down. Make this a 20. And one more. Sorry, I draw this with my mouse, so it's not going to be nice and pretty, but hopefully you guys get the idea how to read moving averages. And this is the 10 moving average. Ultimately, what I want to see is this right here, how it falls, and eventually you're going to curve, right? That's how the reversal works. And then this right here, the 20. You're going to fall with it, and then you're going to curve with it. And then ultimately, the 40. Same scenario. It's going to take a while. It's going to take way long. Eventually, all three of this will slope up. Eventually. Now, this is a clear reversal. As a knife catcher or swing trader, highly recommend to learn how to read these moving averages. So, and then of course the candlesticks, right? What I want to see is, you know how the stock falls. Here's sticks. It falls and it falls and it falls and it falls. Sorry, it's not gonna be pretty, but you get the idea, right? And then suddenly it moved like this, right? Uptrend. So what I want to see is how it moved up and then go back down, retest one of these and bounce back up. You know, kind of like that. Kind of retest and bounce back, break the higher high to break this high. I want to see something like that, especially this moving average cross. Now, my drawing a little bit like a chicken scratch, but I can give you a very good example what it looks like. For instance, I think the recent one is Nvidia. If I can pull back a little bit. Right here. See how this right here, that I try to draw? Kind of like that. It's how it breaks, bounce back up, break this high, confirmation, right? See that? And then boom to the upside. See how the moving averages? You want it like that. And then I'll take the trade. As for now, you're just catching a falling knife. I mean, it can go as low as it wants based on how much people are panicking, you know? So I would highly suggest be patient and wait. But if you want to wait for that massive short squeeze that people are talking about, I don't see that anytime soon, to be honest. It's gonna take a very, very long time, you know. Just look at AUPH. Go to the quarter. It'll take a long time. And go 10 years. So, like I said, I shorted here in the 5. This is way back in the day, you know. And it squeezed and it pulled back. Look how long it takes. Like 3-4 years for this particular stock, okay? All stocks are different, by the way, not all the same. And then it squeezed even more. And of course, the pullback. And then recently, the big ass squeeze. So look at this. It took over a year. So AMC, there's a probability that it may take, I can guarantee you, like several months from now, if that squeeze does happen, it's not going to happen the next month or the next quarter. I kind of can guarantee you that. But we will see, right? This is why I make this video. We will see how it plays out. Now, to the downside, if 1920 breaks, oh boy. Let's just zoom more out on the weekly. Oh, let's go. Yeah, let's go to the weekly. See what we get. Okay, let's go to here. Let's go 5 years. Too far. Let's go to. There we go. 15 look like a pretty reasonable one. Yeah, because this previous breakout right here. So 20, 19. After that, 15. If 15 doesn't hold, obviously right here is a 10, right? A lot of price action around the 10s, and eventually right here. That's the downside. The upside, as I mentioned earlier, we have to take out these previous highs. So let's go to the chart. I mean, ultimately, we need to take out this right here because this where it all started. Since it's $60 stock, I prefer $1 or $2 or maybe $1.50 above this, close above it. When I meant above, I mean the whole entire body of the candle above it. So let me draw what I mean by that. Because there's a false breakout and a real breakout. Hopefully you understand the difference. So let me draw this line right here real quick. Here's a resistance. Draw some candle formation, right? Oops. Go here. A bunch of higher highs, and finally, this is not a breakout. This is a breakout, especially when you have the wick like that, kind of, where the whole body is above it. And then you want to retest this to confirm, because you're going to pull back down, retest this, whatever pin bar it does, and then bounce again, and ultimately take out this high right here, because this is the first pullback, and then just rip through it. That's considered a real breakout, or else it should be a false breakout, and you don't want that. You want to avoid that, kind of like that, to the upside. Or sometimes it even does this sometime, which is the false breakout. So be careful. That's why you need a stop loss when you trade. Same thing for investing, So, yep, that's how I see AMC, week by week, month by month. Other than that, you just wishing. For trading perspective, there's no wishing. You either have a hard entry, a hard stop, and a target price to take profit, or else you just become these beginners and just wish and hope. Good luck. Anyway, that's my analysis for AMC. We will see how this play out in the next quarter because I don't think I should do this week by week update because it's not gonna be much action unless there's something crazy on the news or something like that. We will see. Okay, good luck on your AMC investments and on your AMC trades.